it's a bunch of crap, right? One of the reasons that I've been proposing the Civil Rights Division is for instances like this. And the other problem is, like, where is our Attorney General right now? He's not talking about this. He's not saying, well, this is obviously going to be an unconstitutional thing. And without him intervening now before the legislature starts doing the crap that they've been doing for so long, is that in the end they pass these laws. And guess who ends up paying for it? When it goes up to the Court of Appeals, when it goes up to the Supreme Court, when it comes back down and it goes up again. We're paying for it. So, calm down. Civil Rights Division is extremely important. And on the other side of that is preventing stupid things like this too. And that means making sure that the public and that the legislature understand that when they do something like that, it is going to cost taxpayer money. And if they want to go back to their districts and tell them, well, I was here for jobs and moral issues, how much money did you cost taxpayers when you did all of that? And so one of the things that we see right now with the legislature is that when you propose a law, there's a fiscal note attached to it that says, here's how much it's going to cost. There should be a similar note attached to saying, this is the estimated litigation cost that you are going to impose on taxpayers because you have some moral agenda that you want to impose on everybody else. And I feel a little strongly about that.
Yeah. Recently, studies came out supporting that access to hormone blockers and things like that significantly reduce the rate of suicide
Right.
attempts.
Yes.
Like I appreciate fiscal responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that my child committing suicide.
Yes. Absolutely.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
For anything with money, I don't give a shit.
Right.
I want my child to be here.
Yes. I totally understand. No, I mean, I totally do. The problem is when folks are going back to their communities, they do not care about your child. I know, and it's terrible, right? We were working with the folks in Kansas City when they banned conversion therapy, talking to folks in Columbia, and we have been throwing that stuff all over. We need to do that statewide because that is a consumer protection issue that falls under the Attorney General's office. And I'm 100% with you. These folks, when they go home, we have to hit them wherever it's going to hurt to make sure that they don't do that, right? And so I'm with you, and we need to tell those stories to people. But for folks who aren't going to care about, right? It's just terrible that that's even a thing. We've got to hit them somehow. And I've been in this state. We've both been in this state for a long time and working for with the legislature for a long time. And we see these issues that we are so right on, that are so human, right? That we keep losing on over and over again. And I am just so sick and tired of us not fighting back, no matter what it's going to be. And so, yes, I'm with you 100%. We need to tell those stories as much as possible. And for those who aren't going to listen, they've got to hurt too. That's my view on it. So, I'm sorry you're going through that. And if you do stick around today, I would love to get your contact information because there are a number of legislators I would like to connect you with, if that's okay. And I really appreciate you sharing too, because it's hard to do. And obviously, when our kids are involved, it's the worst. And Missouri shouldn't be like that. It should be a home for all of us.
Isn't it a HIPAA violation? Like, how are they even going to get that information? Are they going to go through these doctors and take look at ICD-10 codes and all that? I don't understand how it's even possible.
And that's why these laws are stupid and they're unconstitutional in a whole lot of ways. But we've seen our government doesn't really care about HIPAA right now. Our government is violating all of our privacy rights over and over again. And so that's why this office is so important. This is the office that's supposed to protect us from all of this crap. That's supposed to hold our government accountable. And that's why it is so essential, and so many people don't know about this in our state. It's because we haven't done a good job educating people about what the Attorney General can do, but it is essential for us to take back this office. Because, like I said, our civil rights are literally at stake right now. So, yeah, I agree with you.
It's your turn to, sorry.
You kind of answered a question I had.
Yeah.
Because I'm a resident of Missouri, and Missouri is such a red state, and
Yeah.
I would love to think we're going to flip it blue next November, but
Yeah.
I don't believe that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But there are things that you all can do
Yes.
to stop some of that crap.
Yes. Yes. Agreed.
I think we have sort of answered that, but yeah, we are sort of the line of defense in the government against the sort of unconstitutional things we're just discussing. Our job is to defend the Constitution of the United States, and so if there are things that they're going beyond that, that's our job, that's our duty as the Attorney General. So you're right. I saw a hand back there. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we've been talking about rule problems and communications and how you're going to get the word out, and I know that a lot has gone all over the state. I know that. But how often are you on Fox?
Yeah,
that's
right.
where you need
Right.
to be.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's where we need to be.
Right.
I mean, that's where the national candidates are finally understanding, and local and state need to be on Fox. Because that's where the rule voter is.
Yes, I think that goes.
That's where he gets his news.
Yep, I think that goes back to what we were saying earlier about trying to meet people where they are, and they may not, Fox News may not invite either me or Alad to be a guest on their programs anytime soon, but what we can do is we can make sure we're finding ways to reach those voters through advertising, so they can't turn our ads away, and if we get to the point where we are able to build the kind of organization we need to compete, then you can bet your bottom dollar that we're going to be buying ads on Fox News, because we know that there are voters who are watching those stations who need to know what their attorney general, who they thought was their friend, is actually doing to them, and what someone like myself or Alad is going to do to protect their families. So I agree with you 100%. It's the same theme. It's finding ways to reach people where they are in order to be able to persuade them. Because I did want to sort of also come back to the premise that, you know, this is a very red state. I don't know. I mean, this was a bellwether state from 1960 to 2008. We voted with the president in every election. We just lost our way a little. We had statewide Democrats in every office 15 years ago. So it's not too late for us to turn this state around and get people listening to Democrats again. We just got to show them what a Democrat looks like in a way that they can actually vote for. And that means meeting them where they are. That means getting on their TV stations, getting into their Facebook bubble, and bursting it so they can hear what their attorney general is going to do if they vote for the right guy.
I think we have to take one more question because we're supposed to have a.
Oh, great. Agreed. You want to do it?
Oh, am I in?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, wearing purple, it's Mr. Toby's favorite color.
I'm a member of American Promise.
Yes.
Which is a movement to overturn Citizens United, because it's like the scourge of our existence.
Yeah.
I'm interested in campaign finance. I'm interested in a whole lot of things. But with American Promise, I'm interested in campaign finance reform and ridding our political experience of dark money and big money and bad people and corrupt people and
You got the right guy.
what can the Attorney General's office do to alleviate some of that?
Oh, this is the last question? Okay, I'm not going to filibuster.
60 seconds.
60 seconds. We've got a plan on it. We've got like 3 plans on it, honestly. Dark money is the worst. It consists of these anonymous campaign contributions. It is buying our state. We had a terrible time of it with Eric Reitens. He brought in a whole organization to do it. That was the one I was in court on against Catherine Hanaway and kept fighting and fighting and fighting to try to get some transparency in that process. The Attorney General today, well, I guess business is closed now, tomorrow, could end dark money. In Missouri's Constitution, in 2 different places in Article 8, it says you cannot run a scheme designed to hide the identities of political contributors. You can't. The problem is, our Attorney General isn't enforcing it. He's taking dark money. He's taking dark money, hidden money, from people he's investigating. From people that he's investigating. For stealing money from the public. And the only reason that he's like, well, how do you know it's dark money? How in the world do you know? Because somebody messed up. They told the reporter who this money was coming from. Yeah, there's a state senator in Nixon, Missouri. It's true. I'll tell you all about it when my 60 seconds are over. But dark money is something that the Attorney General could end tomorrow. I have written the End Dark Money Act for Missouri. It is up again. So for those of you, even if you don't support the campaign, fine, whatever. Get on our Facebook page or just talk to me. Sign the petition to end dark money. We are circulating that around the state right now to try to get our legislature to support House Bill 1981. House Bill 1981 is sponsored by Representative Peter Meredith from the city. We are going to fight that one and try to push that down their throats as much as we possibly can. Obviously, they don't want it too freaking bad. So we are collecting signatures right now. I would definitely appreciate your support on that, no matter who you're supporting in this race. Even you're Republican, they agree too. 1981, yes, and this is a bipartisan issue people can agree on. We need the Attorney General to get this done, and it would be done tomorrow if we had one who actually represented us.
All right, I know we're getting the hook, so I'm going to try and make it quick. I agree. We have way too much influence from money in politics. Dark money is the worst kind because it means that we don't know who is influencing our elections. And so it is a bipartisan issue. It's something that people can get behind. There are a lot of bipartisan issues when it comes to things like that, like gerrymandering, making sure we have a fair election process. And we have to make sure we're protecting Clean Missouri, which fights both gerrymandering and imposes stricter campaign finance limits. As you know, the Republicans are trying to gut that thing even after we voted for it by a 60+% margin. So we've got a big fight ahead of us. Alana and I have a long road to get from here to the general election, but we're very excited to have a group of engaged, enthusiastic voters like yourselves, and we'll look forward to answering more of your questions as the race goes on. So thank you so much.
Thank you.